Alright, I was able to get enough energy to get out of bed, which is, I guess, like the main thing I needed to be able to do. And I want to go out to eat hot pot, but I can't justify myself eating out alone, to be honest. So I'm gonna just cook some food. If you guys don't know, I'm a pretty good chef. I think people around me know I'm a better chef than most people do. I don't really cook at home for myself because I feel like my family does it a lot for me, but I can cook pretty well, to be honest. I'm not gonna act like today I'm making something extravagant. I'm just making some basic ass meal. I wanted some sort of noodles, so we'll do some Migo rain. Probably do 2 packets because that's how hungry I'm feeling. And I want something on the side, so let's do chicken. Honestly, cooking is something I enjoy doing. It's pretty fun to do. It's just something I don't really enjoy doing for myself. I much rather buy food for myself than make my own food. I feel like a lot of people enjoy some of my closest friends, right? I cook for them just because I think some people some people don't know how to cook, and like there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that, like, for example, like I'm very much a person. I'm very much someone who loves to help people, right? And so if someone some people don't know how to cook, right? They much rather have a home cooked meal rather than McDonald's. But the reason why they don't get a home cooked meal rather than McDonald's is because they simply don't know how to make a home cooked meal. So, or like they just don't have the time to, or they take the time to learn, right? So I much rather be in the situation to cook them a home cooked meal. So 1, they can save money, and 2, they can eat healthier, and 3, they can enjoy more food for less money, in my opinion. Like, I think a lot of my friends that I'm surrounded with much rather eat the food that I cook than go out to eat. And I'm very blessed to be able to provide for them in that way. Some marinated chicken that I made. It's just this is what I use for like my Chipotle chicken bowls that I cooked after lunch. One of my friends said that the seasoning was pretty good, and I tried a new seasoning, so I'm glad that it went out good. But yeah, I don't know why. I feel like it's one of those things that like you don't find joy in because like you're doing it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, so for example, I find joy in playing basketball, and that's never gonna change it, I think. But I feel like if someone I was playing basketball with, I don't really play for myself, and that's, I think, a really bad habit of mine in general. I don't really play. I'll play 1-on-1, and I don't really give a fuck if I lose, right? But if I play 2-on-2 and they're bullying on my teammate, that's when I start trying more. And I feel like that shows a characteristic of like me loving people more than myself, which is something I'm kind of bad at. But because I've always been like really, I think it's really important to love yourself more than anyone else. Because if you don't love yourself more than anyone else, who are you living your life for, right? But yet, I still struggle doing that sometimes. But yeah, I guess this could be like me teaching y'all, or like me being real with life, as well as getting to know me better, right? I feel like I'm not gonna act like I grew up poor, but I've been I was surrounded by poor people, right? But a lot of the schools I went to, I saw a lot of people struggle, like straight up, like not being able to afford pencils, or not even able to afford food, or like just kids who are hungry, right? And maybe I'm like, capping on my ass a little bit and exaggerating, but I remember like my family was very generous, and whenever they brought me lunch, they'd be like, I've never seen those type of foods before. And I would never be like, oh, do you want to try it? And they would try it, and like their eyes would roll the back of their head, and my parents would like bring me lunch. And so I'd always be like, Mom, like, can you bring lunch for some of my best friends? They're like, oh yeah, sure. And they were so thankful. And I think from that point on, I've always just been like, I want to provide. I just want to be able to provide, right? If I had the opportunity to buy food every day for my friends, I would. Straight up. Same thing that goes for my mom, my dad, everyone in my life. But yeah, like today at work, I like to buy lunch for my work coworkers because I understand that like justifying like buying food, or like food is something like some of my coworkers will like not choose to buy food to save money, which is like there's nothing wrong with that. But I much rather see people eat. And I guess my thing is some people will eat and some people won't. And that just could be some people aren't hungry, or some people are hungry and some people aren't. But I rather enjoy seeing people eat together. even if it's like a bite, just because it makes me happy, right? And so for me, even though I don't really get paid or reimbursed the same amount when I buy lunch for my team, I'll go above and beyond. My work gives me an hour of pay, which I won't disclose, for lunch for myself. But I use that money to buy other people's lunches. As in, and don't get me wrong, I'll still be eating the same food, but it's like, so today's lunch that I bought for my friends was like, or my coworkers, like, was like $40, right? And technically the lunch that I get, technically the money that I made, or the lunch that I get, I should buy only for myself. It's only for myself, right? But I use part of that money to buy food for my coworkers, and then the money that, like, you know, because it was more, like, the food is more than what I make in an hour, I paid the rest. Just because, like, I know my friends have enough money to buy their own food. I don't think some of them will, and I would rather much see people eat. I'd rather much people eat, even if it's just a little bit, than like not eat at all. Even if it means like losing out on some money, and I don't consider it losing out because I made someone happy. So if you guys don't know what Migo Rain is, it's just Korean fried noodles. So it's like opposite of ramen. You boil it, you drain it, keep on going. I'm gonna boil this in the microwave and then keep on going. I guess it's a little get to know me better. I remember my first YouTube video ever, like, that's how it was. Honestly, this is making me feel a little bit better, but like, I still feel pretty shitty, to be honest. But yeah, my name is like Jacob Servania. I struggle with mental health for a good part of my life. I'm finally at a point where I think I'm like able to be more happy than sad most days, which is something that I'm very thankful for. But that doesn't mean I don't still struggle here and there, just like anyone else. And honestly, this is one of the hardest days I've had mentally this year, which is like only been a month. But it's weird. I haven't felt this way in a minute. And I always say this, but like I haven't felt this way in a minute. Probably like middle of December. But you know, we keep on pushing. Along with my Korean fried noodles, I will be eating kimchi. Kimchi is one of my favorite things to eat. Hopefully, like, kind of raises my mood up. What else? Yeah, I love to give. I think people deserve the world. I think so many people overlook their own accomplishments, which is crazy to say because I feel like people, like, I'm very hypocritical on myself. Like, I'm always very, very, like, hyped when people do good. Like, when people, like, do amazing. Like, when my friends tell me, like, they're super, like they do something happy, right? I love hearing what people do. When people tell me, like, they're doing good in my life, like, they ace a test, I'm so happy for them. Like, I'll take them out to lunch just because I love hearing people get better. And I think me and a lot of people, including me, don't realize, like, how much we do, right? And I always try, and because I suffer with, like, these mental problems, right, I try to make people not feel the way I feel. So some of my friends will be like, they don't realize how much they do, and I'll kind of constantly remind them how much they do, because from my perspective, they do a lot, and it's amazing, and I don't want them to feel the way I feel, where it's like, oh, I don't feel good enough, or I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I'm sad, right? But the crazy part is, like, even though I feel that way about some of my friends, I don't give enough credit to myself. Like, I'll constantly remind my friends, like, you're so great, I'm so happy to have you in my life, it's not like necessarily, I wouldn't know what to do without you, but just thankful to have you in my life. Because I think as a society nowadays, we constantly, like, forget how to show love without it being weird. I think you could care and love for your friends without, like, having intimate or, like, different type of views. Like, I just really think it's important to support friends, which is hard, I guess, for even me to say, because, like, I'm not saying my friends don't support me. They're the best friends I've ever had in my 19 years of living. It's just hard sometimes, like, understanding that what they see in me, I can see in myself. And that goes vice versa. When I tell my friends, like, oh, you're doing great, right? It's probably hard for them to see what I see. I think if people voiced it the way that I voiced it, maybe I'd feel a little bit better, but, like, I can't ask that from people because everyone just shows love differently, right? I'm very much like, if my friend does well, I want them to shine. Like, my friends, just my old high school, I'm very close to my old high school teammates. They just went first in league. They won, like, they're 9-1 right now, and I'm so happy for them and so proud of them. They're amazing. And as much as I say, oh, I'm better than them, I'm not. To be real, they play way better than me than I ever did in high school, and it shows. They're 9-1, and I'm so happy for them, right? Yeah, and I just show appreciation and love to I show it when it's deserved. I wish sometimes like people can like say good job to me too. I guess that's something I wish I can have more of, but I don't want to sound like a pick me boy. But and it's like I have to be able to give my own credit, because if I don't believe in my own like validation and credit, then how am I supposed to accept it from others, right? And I feel like people do compliment me a lot and give myself credit. I just don't notice it because of the way I am. But yeah, I love people. I love the way people act. I love how hardworking people are, and I love to shower them with gifts and energy and positive energy when they do that, because it's super important to me. Like my friend Riley, he was one of the people who got me into the religion, and I'm so thankful that he's in my life, and now I get to be as religious as I am, and I get to share that moment with him. My friend Sophia, who like, she pushes me so hard, because Sophia like to me is like someone that I consider like one of the hardest working people I've not even one of, like probably the most hardest working person that I've ever met in my life that wasn't like family. And because she does so much, it makes me feel like I need to work harder. And knowing that someone like that is in my life makes me like feel like I need to work harder, right? Because like if this person is doing this, then I can do this. And if we're able to do, if we have similar schedules and we have similar time frames, and she's doing this much in her time frame, I can do that too. So like she's an amazing person to push. That pushes me every day. And it's just always like my family, right? Like my family and I have gotten closer since I built my relationship with God. We're able to pray every night, and I'm thankful for that. Like I said, I have to count my blessings, and I'm very thankful for the situations I'm in. It's just, I don't always have the best mindset, like, in general. And I think, I'm gonna just be real, this is a long ass video, so if you're here watching this shit, like, thanks for watching. But I'm gonna be real, one of the things that you'll notice about me is when I'm in a bad mood or I'm not feeling the best, I tend to give out more, because seeing people smile makes me smile. And so when someone's not having a good day, if I can see them smile, it'll probably make my day like that much better. And so if ever a time that like, it's not like a sign, right? Cause I'll never be openly like, oh, I got you this, right? To make me feel better, right? But there's a lot of times where I do things for other people, for myself, because making them feel good about themselves or be happy makes me happy. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna finish cooking my food, and then we'll do a little mukbang. This will probably be my longest video ever, but get to know me, Jake. Alright, fuck. This is my food. I guess we're doing a little mukbang. Fuck. But I'm really bored and I'm really sad, and this is distracting me from being sad, so I'm gonna just keep it rolling. This is my Amigo rain. It does not look the best right now because I did not make it the best. But it's just noodles, and I have my chicken. It's like, if you can see, it's pretty cool. Seasoning's pretty good. I made it separate because I really want to try and eat this. I'm really trying to eat noodles, and I'll probably eat this with rice. I have some questions that my friends have asked me before, and I think these are like the most common questions that I've ever done, and people ask me all the time. So I think I'm gonna answer these. So the first question that I usually get when I ask about me, or like when people get to know me, is why do I love the song Insta Crush so much, and what is the music video about? So to me, Insta Crush is a song that I found in a relationship with a girl, and during the time when I was in the relationship with that girl, we weren't really in the best relationship. And so a lot of the things that I used to do for her when we were first dating, like drive to her house, drop her off flowers, all this stuff, I stopped doing. And when we broke up, Insta Crush literally reminded me of all the things I used to do for her when we dated, and how I should have implemented those lyrics and like used them into actions, and used them for that girl towards the end of our relationship to maybe save our relationship. Obviously, I know now like that relationship wasn't meant to be, but Insta Crush kind of resembles how I feel when I like a girl. Very, very hard. And when I like a girl, literally that's how I feel the whole entire song. And I also just think the song is catchy for one, but two, a lot of my friends who listen to it get tired of it, and a lot of people know the lyrics because of me just playing it so much. I've listened to it over 300 times in 1 year. I still don't get tired of it. It's my favorite song to listen to when I'm sad. Yeah, that's how I feel about Insta Crush. It means a lot to me because I feel my goal one day is to meet someone that I love and sing that song to them, because that's how I feel anytime I like a girl. I also just think the gestures that the person makes in the lyrics are very accurate to how most people feel, and I wish I just it kind of reminds me of being a better person, especially with boy-girl relationships. It's really hard to act like not overstep boundaries for certain people. And Instant Crush reminds me to be like, just be, be who you are. And if the person thinks it's bad, that's their fault, depending on the situation, right? But like, there's nothing wrong with caring for someone else, and Instant Crush showed me that. When it comes to the music video, that wasn't for anyone in particular, but I've wanted to sing. Like I said, I've wanted to sing that song to a girl for a really, really long time, and that's my way of doing it to the world, I guess. But yeah, say goodbye to my food and we move on. But Instant Crush is my favorite song. This is hard as shit. Yeah, that's hot. Sprite Cranberry is my favorite soda. Yeah. I guess I'll answer one more question. Someone asked me something people ask me a lot is, why do I care about others so much? Not necessarily why do I care like about their opinions, but why do I care for others in people's lives? I think it's very, very impactful when someone in your life pushes you unconsciously, or unknowingly, whether they're like just a great person, whether they make life easier for you, whether they just bring joy to your life, right? And I think a lot of the people I surround myself with now bring joy to my life, and I have nothing but to thank God for that, for allowing them to be in my life. And so when they're struggling, for lack of better words, I want to make sure that I can try to make it better. And for how much they improve my life, I want to improve theirs, which I know I do for some people, and sometimes I don't do for others. But I want to make it known that they make my life better. But sometimes it's hard to convey those words and like show them that. So I try to just tell them that, because I think it's the easiest. And that's why I'll do random acts of kindness, like buying lunch for my team. But yeah, I just really care about people, straight up. But if you do fuck around with me, I do get pissed off, and I have a hard time like reconnecting with people after they fucked it off of me, to be honest. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. This video is already like 22 minutes, but this is enough about me. This is my life, how I deal with certain things. Thank you all for watching. Me and my food. Thank you guys for reading my life. I pray for y'all every night. I hope you guys end up doing well. I don't know why. Keep it real. I'm like trying my hardest not to cry, but I don't know why. I don't think I should be crying. Like, it's so dumb because I don't want to cry. I don't know. I don't want to sound like this video is a pick me, like, oh, y'all should like text me after this video and like check up on me. But I feel like this is encouraging, because like if people who are struggling, I want them to be able to know, like, people struggle all the time, and it's okay to feel the way you feel. Like, I personally don't want to cry right now because I don't feel like there's a reason to, and I only cry like when I feel like there's a reason to. But I feel like I do want to cry right now. But like, sometimes I think everything can be going right in your life and you can still be sad, and that's okay. It's about how you interpret it, how you react to it, and how you take it on. And that's my lesson to the day. Even though everything in my life is going right, I can still be sad, which I am, but we keep pushing through it, because what else are we going to do? But this video, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for getting to a little bit know about me. But I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Peace.